my lovely arty people. Okay, today we're going to be painting these peacocks. This is on a 40 by 40 centimetre canvas. I've already painted it blue. You're going to need your acrylic paints, your brushes, your gold foil and your gold foil glue. This is a template that you can print off of my website. Okay, so yes, the template is for the actual peacock and you can use the same template for both peacocks. There are also some other hints and tips on that template just to hint at how to paint the tail feathers and the blossoms later on. Okay, we're going to give the canvas a border, a centimetre border, and I'm going to mark the middle of the canvas out. I'm going to use that middle marking to help me draw in the tree. Use the middle marking to give you the centre of the trunk, go up to halfway, and then branch out into the branches. Okay, I'm using chalk, but you can just use your pencil. Those circles are space that you're saving for your blossoms. Okay, so I'm now drawing in all of the smaller branches and the leaves. Chalk's actually quite good because you can rub it off if you make a mistake, and it will all rub off at the end of the canvas. That was a gold leaf glue. Any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll let you know what I use. So a nice even layer all over your branches and your trunk. Because I'm making a video, I've kind of rushed this part, and it isn't a very even layer, so you can do a much better job than me. We just make it in even layers so that it all dries at the same rate. Okay, and now I'm going to put the smaller branches in, put the leaves in, paint around the edge of the leaves, and then fill them in. There you go. This glue will probably take about 20 to half an hour, 20 minutes to half an hour to dry. It's got to go completely clear, no white, no milkiness. If it's still white, then it's not ready. And I guess in different houses it will dry differently. Yeah, so just get all those lovely leaves in. You can always add some more later if you feel like you need more. This is an arts and crafts style painting, so that's why I've given it a border as well. Later on you're going to see me painting the border. When you do paint your border using your thin brush, just lay your hand on the table and drag it across the table as you paint your line of glue. It'll just help to steady your hand. It will probably, the glue will run out halfway, you'll have to reapply the glue to your brush. Okay, so yep, let that dry. Have a cup of tea and let that dry. Okay, so this is the gold foil. It's not real gold leaf, it's just gold foil, so you don't need to worry too much about it. Lay it on the dry glue and then start to rub it in with your fingers or use a cloth. And as you can see, where the glue is not, the gold foil will come off. I'm using an old acrylic brush there just to get in between the branches and the leaves. Sometimes it gets a bit stuck in there. There you go. Oh, and it's such an effective medium. There we are, isn't it lovely? So collect that up. You can use that again for a different project. Okay, so just drawing around the template. Try and match them up so that you can get their eyes, their beaks at the same level, the same height, and the top of their tail at the same height. Get your ruler out and measure it. Okay, so using the same blue that I used to paint the canvas, which was a Prussian blue, add a little bit of white to get a lighter shade to paint in their bodies. Just flat colour, no shading, keep it simple. Get their little thighs in and their heads. Okay, and now I've drawn in the tail. So looking at the template again, you'll see that I've illustrated how you're going to do your tail. I'm going to split it into three layers of those feather shapes using turquoise with no white. Do your bottom layer of feathers and then add a little bit of white to get the next layer of feathers, and then another layer of white. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, I've lightened up the blue again to make the cheek, and then I'm using white to paint in his feather crest and his beak. I'm going to put some little feathers on the end of that crest as well. That's the hairdryer. It just helps. If you've got the hairdryer, you can dry it. It won't smudge. And you can, there we go. Okay, so doing the spots on the tail, I'm using yellow with a little bit of green to get a nice limey green. And just add those onto the tail. Now using white, and using the very tip of the brush, you might need to make the paint a little more watery, a little more fluid, so that it will drag off the brush nicely, and just indicate the centre of the feather and then do little chevron lines either side. Check out the template, there's a design on there. Lovely. Okay, so yeah, just take your time and enjoy that. It's a fun bit to paint. Oh, so I've added some blue onto his crest there, and then a lighter blue. So, and that is just a sort of a leafy flourish on the bottom, just to tie the bottom, or to fill in that bit of the painting, and to tie the white blossoms that we're going to do later in with the bottom of the canvas. If that makes sense. Okay, there you go. So you've got your two peacocks. Don't they look lovely? All right, so what's next? We're going to do the blossoms. That's just a cut off from the template. Have a look at the drawing on there, and then you copy my design or do your own design and pencil in some blossom flowers and paint them in. You'll be perfect at this now because you've done the feathers, you've painted the peacocks, so these will be a walk in the park. Now using some yellow, that's it, just do these little, I don't know what you call those bits, the bits that they come out of. Another layer of white just to make them nice and bright. Really stand out against that lovely blue. A lighter shade of the green to do the stamen. And then back to the darker green to do the little bits of pollen at the end of the stamen. They're quite effective, really. They're good fun. Okay, and then just lots of little random white dots all over the canvas. Can you see that the white flowers are tied in with the white ferns at the bottom as well? Hey, there you go, all finished. Okay, any questions, let me know. And thank you very much for watching. That's been brilliant. Cheers.